Unit 36. 1751. Amulet. 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 A protective charm. Talisman. Charm. 1752. Barricade. 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 A defensive barrier. Blockade. 1753. Calumny. 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 A false statement. Slander. Defamation. Praise. 1754. Cynosure. 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 A center of attention. Focus. 1755. Debacle. 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 A disaster. Collapse. Fiasco. Success. 1756. Defection. 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 Abandonment of allegiance. Desertion. Abandonment. Loyalty. 1757. Deluge. 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 A great flood. Flood. Torrent. Drought. 1758. Diversion. 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 An amusement. Distraction. Boredom. 1759. Effluvia. 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 Offensive odors. Fumes. Emissions. Fragrance. 1760. Egress. 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 An exit. Exit. Departure. Entrance. 1761. Geniality. 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 Cheerful friendliness. Amiability. Warmth. Hostility. 1762. Lexicon. 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 A dictionary. Vocabulary. 1763. Opiate. 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 A narcotic. Sedative. Narcotic. Stimulant. 1764. Parity. 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 Equality. Equivalence. Equality. Inequality. 1765. Plight. 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 A dangerous situation. Predicament. Fortune. 1766. Reconnaissance. 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 Military survey. Survey. Scouting. 1767. Spat. 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 A minor quarrel. Tiff. Disagreement. Agreement. 1768. Abhor. 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 To hate deeply. Detest. Loathe. Love. 1769. Augment. 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 To increase. Increase. Amplify. Decrease. 1770. Browbeat. 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 To intimidate. Bully. Intimidate. Encourage. 1771. Covet. 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 To desire something belonging to another. Yearn for. Crave. Disdain. 1772. Divulge. 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 To reveal information. Disclose. Divulge. Conceal. 1773. Dwindle. 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 To diminish. Decrease. Dwindle. Increase. 1774. Illuminate. 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 To light up. Enlighten. Obscure. 1775. Lurk. 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 To lie hidden. Skulk. Hide. Appear. 1776. Pall. 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 To lose interest. Bore. Sicken. Interest. 1777. Refrain. 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 To hold back. Abstain. Avoid. Indulge. 1778. Seep. 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 To flow slowly. Ooze. Leak. Gush. 1779. Subside. 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 To lessen. Abate. Diminish. Intensify. 1780. Undermine. 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 To weaken. Weaken. Strengthen. 1781. Amoral. 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 Lacking moral sense. Unprincipled. Moral. 1782. Astute. 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 Shrewd. Shrewd. Perceptive. Foolish. 1783. All gassed. All gassed. All gassed. Majestic. dignified, humble. 1784, auspicious, auspicious, auspicious. Favorable, propitious, inauspicious. 1785, chaotic, chaotic, chaotic. Completely disordered, anarchic, orderly. 1786, cognate, cognate, cognate. Related in origin, akin, similar, unrelated. 1787, divisive, divisive, divisive. Creating disagreement, polarizing, discordant, unifying. 1788, insubstantial, insubstantial, insubstantial. Lacking substance, flimsy, negligible. Substantial. 1789, malodorous, malodorous, malodorous. Foul-smelling, noisome, fragrant. 1790, marital, marital, marital. Relating to marriage, matrimonial. 1791, marked, marked, marked. Noticeable, distinct, notable, unremarkable. 1792, passive, passive, passive. Inactive, submissive, inactive, inert, active. 1793, philanthropic, philanthropic, philanthropic. Charitable, benevolent, misanthropic. 1794, pugnacious, pugnacious, pugnacious. Eager to fight, combative, peaceful. 1795, sensitive, sensitive, sensitive. Easily hurt, tactful, insensitive. 1796, substantial, substantial, substantial. Of considerable importance, significant, insubstantial. 1797, tedious, tedious, tedious. Boring, monotonous, exciting. 1798, venial, venial, venial. Forgivable, excusable, pardonable, unpardonable. 1799, carelessly, carelessly, carelessly. Without care, negligently, carefully. 1800, gratis, gratis, gratis. Without charge, free of charge, costly. Unit 37, 1751, abnegation, abnegation, abnegation. Self-denial, renunciation, indulgence. 1752, adversary, adversary, adversary. An opponent, enemy, ally. 1753, cacophony, cacophony, cacophony. Harsh sounds, discord, silence. 1754, chasm, chasm, chasm. Deep fissure, abyss. 1755, doldrums, doldrums, doldrums. Period of depression, slump, boom. 1756, ecologist, ecologist, ecologist. One who studies ecosystems, environmentalist. 1757, felicity, felicity, felicity. Happiness, bliss, misery. 1758, fortitude, fortitude, fortitude. Courage in facing difficulties, bravery, cowardice. 1759, graft, graft, graft. Corruption, illicit gain, bribe. 1760, holster, holster, holster. Gun holder. 1761, masochist, masochist, masochist. One who enjoys pain, suffer by choice. 1762, ordinance, ordinance, ordinance. Law or regulation, decree. 1763, orientation, orientation, orientation. Positioning, introduction, training. 1764, partition, partition, partition. Division, split, union. 1765, prestige, prestige, prestige. High status, status, 1766. Repertoire, repertoire, repertoire. Range of skills. Collection. 1767. Spangle, spangle, spangle. Small sparkling object. Sequin. 1768. Suavity, suavity, suavity. Smooth courtesy. Politeness. Rudeness. 1769. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Speed of music. Pace. 1770. Upshot, upshot, upshot. The outcome. Result. Cause. 1771. Accommodate, accommodate, accommodate. To provide for. Lodge. 1772. Appreciate, appreciate, appreciate. To value. Cherish. Disdain. 1773. Bequeath, bequeath, bequeath. To leave by will. Leave. Take. 1774. Cater to, cater to, cater to. To satisfy needs. Pamper. Neglect. 1775. Engender, engender, engender. To cause to exist. Generate. Destroy. 1776. Entail, entail, entail. To involve as necessary. Require. Exclude. 1777. Foil, foil, foil. To thwart. Frustrate. Assist. 1778. Impair, impair, impair. To weaken. Damage. Strengthen. 1779. Purge, purge, purge. To cleanse. Expel. Retain. 1780. Regulate, regulate, regulate. To control by rules. Govern. 1781. Bent, bent, bent. Determined. Inclined. 1782. Blasé, blasé, blasé. Unimpressed. Indifferent. Enthusiastic. 1783. Complementary, complementary, complementary. Completing. Supplementary. Redundant. 1784. Deleterious, deleterious, deleterious. Harmful. Damaging. Beneficial. 1785. Diaphanous, diaphanous, diaphanous. Very sheer and light. Transparent. Filmy. Opaque. 1786. Disconsolate, disconsolate, disconsolate. Deeply unhappy. Inconsolable. Cheerful. 1787. Impenitent, impenitent, impenitent. Not remorseful. Unrepentant. Repentant. 1788. Impoverished, impoverished, impoverished. Extremely poor. Destitute. Wealthy. 1789. Irreparable, irreparable, irreparable. Incapable of being repaired. Irreversible. Reparable. 1790. Luscious, luscious, luscious. Delicious. Delectable. Unappetizing. 1791. Maladroit, maladroit, maladroit. Clumsy. Inept. Skillful. 1792. Monumental, monumental, monumental. Massive. Colossal. Insignificant. 1793. Mundane, mundane, mundane. Ordinary. Commonplace. Prosaic. Extraordinary. 1794. Polemical, polemical, polemical. Controversial argument. Critical. 1795. Promiscuous, promiscuous, promiscuous. Indiscriminate. Licentious. Chaste. 1796. Sanguine, sanguine, sanguine. Optimistic. Hopeful. Pessimistic. 1797. Sluggish, sluggish, sluggish. Slow. Lethargic. Energetic. 1798. Traumatic, traumatic, traumatic. Emotionally disturbing. Distressing. Healing. 1799. uncouth, 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 lacking good manners, crude, polished. 1800 versatile, 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 adaptable to many uses, flexible, inflexible. Unit 38, 1851 airy, 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 eagle's nest, nest. 1852 agent, 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 one who acts for another, representative. 1853 alchemy, 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 medieval chemistry, mutation. 1854 automaton, 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 a robot, someone acting mechanically, robot. 1855 clientele, 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 customers, customers. 1856 complacency, 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 self-satisfaction, self-content, dissatisfaction. 1857 cornucopia, 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 an abundance, abundance. 1858 depredation, 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 plundering, plundering. 1859 dregs, 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 worthless residue, remnants. 1860 frond, 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 leaf of a fern, leaf. 1861 inconsistency, 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 lack of uniformity, discrepancy, consistency. 1862 luster, 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 shine, gloss, dullness. 1863 penchant, 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 a strong liking, inclination, dislike. 1864 probity, 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 integrity, honesty, dishonesty. 1865 rebuttal, 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 refutation, counterargument. 1866 repository, 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 a storage place, storehouse. 1867 respite, 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 a short break, relief, continuation. 1868 scapegoat, 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 one blamed for others, victim. 1869 allay, 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 to reduce intensity, alleviate, aggravate. 1870 appall, 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 to horrify, horrify, comfort. 1871 invoke, 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 to call upon, call on. 1872 reek, 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 to give off a strong odor, stink, smell pleasant. 1873 scuffle, 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 to struggle, fight. 1874 supplant, 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 to replace, replace. 1875 whinny, 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 to neigh, neigh. 1876 amenable, 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 willing to cooperate, cooperative, uncooperative. 1877 appropriate, 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 suitable, proper, unsuitable. 1878 beneficial, 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 helpful, advantageous, harmful. 1879 blighted, 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 damaged or destroyed, ruined, healthy. 1880 boundless, 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 unlimited, infinite, limited. 1881 candid, 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 honest, frank, guarded. 1882 common, 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 ordinary, usual, rare. 1883 competent, 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 capable, able, incompetent. 1884 devoid, 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 completely lacking, lacking, full. 1885 disaffected, 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 dissatisfied, discontented, satisfied. 1886, explicable, 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 able to be explained, accountable, inexplicable. 1887, fickle, 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 changing frequently, capricious, steadfast. 1888, fortuitous, 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 happening by chance, lucky, unfortunate. 1889, habitual, 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 done by habit, routine, rare. 1890, hibernal, 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 wintry, wintry. 1891, loath, 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 reluctant, reluctant, eager. 1892, nomadic, 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 wandering, roving, settled. 1893, opportune, 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 timely, timely, untimely. 1894, perpetual, 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 never-ending, endless, temporary. 1895, primordial, 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 original, existing at the beginning, primitive, modern. 1896, prudent, 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 careful, wise, cautious, reckless. 1897, repellent, 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 repulsive, repulsive, attractive. 1898, sacrosanct, 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 too important to interfere, inviolable, desacralized. 1899, scrupulous, 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 very careful and honest, meticulous, negligent. 1900, unprepossessing, 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 not attractive, plain, attractive. Unit 39, 1901, antithesis, 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 direct opposite, opposite, same. 1902, aplomb, 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 self-confidence, poise, awkwardness. 1903, bard, 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 a poet, poet. 1904, bevy, 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 a group, group. 1905, carnage, 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 massive slaughter, slaughter. 1906, celerity, 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 swiftness, speed, slowness. 1907, clapper, 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 the striking part of a bell. 1908, decomposition, 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 breakdown of matter, decay. 1909, deference, 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 respect, honor, disrespect. 1910, despot, 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 a tyrant, tyrant. 1911, gnome, 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 a mythical creature. 1912, host, 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 one who entertains guests, entertainer, guest. 1913, intransigence, 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 refusal to compromise, stubbornness, flexibility. 1914, mandate, 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 an authoritative command, order. 1915, paradigm, 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 a model or pattern, example. 1916, polyglot, 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 one who knows many languages, multilingual. 1917, predilection, 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 preference, preference, aversion. 1918, prosperity, 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 wealth, affluence, poverty. 1919, rapow, 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 harmonious relationship, bond, discord. 1920, rubble, 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 broken stone, debris, 1921, supplement, 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 something added, addition. 1922, aspire, 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 to strive for, aim. 1923, beset, 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 to attack from all sides, plague, help. 1924, dupe, 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 to deceive, trick, enlighten. 1925, fathom, 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 to understand, grasp, misunderstand. 1926, inure, 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 to accustom to hardship, harden, sensitize. 1927, rescind, 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 to revoke, repeal, enact. 1928, skimp, 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 to be thrifty, economize, splurge. 1929, suppress, 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 to put down, quid, encourage. 1930, wither, 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 to shrivel or decay, shrivel, bloom. 1931, acute, 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 severe or keen, sharp, mild. 1932, bemused, 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 confused, perplexed, clear. 1933, effectual, 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 effective, effective, ineffective. 1934, frantic, 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 wild with emotion, frenzied, calm. 1935, grandiloquent, 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 pompous, bombastic, plain. 1936, innate, 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 inborn, inherent, acquired. 1937, invasive, 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 tending to spread aggressively, intrusive. 1938, lunar, 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 relating to the moon, munal. 1939, meager, 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 lacking, scanty, abundant. 1940, miserly, 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 stingy, parsimonious, generous. 1941, penurious, 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 extremely poor, destitute, wealthy. 1942, prehensile, 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 adapted for grasping, grasping. 1943, resigned, 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 accepting fate, submissive, defiant. 1944, resilient, 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 quick to recover, buoyant, fragile. 1945, rustic, 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 country-like, rural, urban. 1946, sagacious, 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 wise, wise, foolish. 1947, sonorous, 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 rich and sound, resonant. 1948, testy, 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 easily irritated, irritable, patient. 1949, ubiquitous, 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 found everywhere, omnipresent, rare. 1950, uncontroversial, 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 not disputed, accepted, controversial. Unit 40, 1951, adulation, 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 excessive praise, flattery, criticism. 1952, caprice, 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 a sudden change of mood, whim, steadiness. 1953, cliché, 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 an overused expression, platitude, originality. 1954, expenditure, 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 the act of spending funds, spending, saving. 1955, fanfare, 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 showy display, or ceremony. Ceremony. 1956, friction. 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 Resistance between surfaces. Rubbing. 1957, interment. 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 Burial. Entombment. 1958, knoll. 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 A small hill. Hillock. 1959, mimicry. 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 Imitation. Imitation. 1960, misconception. 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 A wrong idea. Misunderstanding. 1961, nutrient. 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 A nourishing substance. Food element. 1962, parallelism. 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 Similarity of structure. Correspondence. 1963, philanthropist. 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 One who loves humanity. Benefactor. 1964, prelude. 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 An introduction. Introductory event. 1965, resolution. 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 A firm decision. Determination. 1966, reverie. 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 Daydream. Dream. Reality. 1967, slag. 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 Waste material from metal. Dross. 1968, squalor. 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 Filth and misery. Wretchedness. 1969, subsistence. 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 The means to support life. Survival. Luxury. 1970, surrogate. 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 A substitute. Replacement. Original. 1971, swarm. 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 A large group of insects. Horde. 1972, valor. 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 Bravery. Courage. Cowardice. 1973, accede. 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 To agree to a request. Agree. Refuse. 1974, entice. 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 To lure. Tempt. Repel. 1975, importune. 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 To beg persistently. Implore. 1976, outweet. 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 To outsmart. Outsmart. 1977, palpitate. 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 To beat rapidly. Throb. 1978, reimburse. 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 To pay back money. Refund. 1979, aberrant. 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 Deviating from norm. Abnormal. Normal. 1980, apocryphal. 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 Of doubtful authenticity. Spurious. Authentic. 1981, bourgeois. 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 Middle class. Materialistic. 1982, causal. 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 Relating to cause and effect. Causative. 1983, detached. 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 Emotionally removed. Impersonal. Involved. 1984, frigid. 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 Very cold. Icy. Hot. 1985, implausible. 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 Not believable. Unlikely. Believable. 1986, indiscriminate. 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 Without careful judgment. Haphazard. Selective. 1987, insipid. 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 Lacking flavor or interest. Boring. Tasty. 1988, introspective. 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 Reflective. Self-examining. Unreflective. 1989, naughty. 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 Complex. Difficult to solve. Intricate. Simple. 1990, malevolent. malevolent, malevolent, wishing harm, malicious, benevolent. 1991 manageable, 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 easy to handle, controllable, unmanageable. 1992 prodigious, 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 immense, gigantic, small. 1993 puerile, 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 childishly silly, juvenile, mature. 1994 rancid, 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 spoiled, foul, fresh. 1995 reverent, 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 deeply respectful, respectful, irreverent. 1996 saccharine, 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 excessively sweet or sentimental, cloying, sincere. 1997 satirical, 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 mocking to show weakness, ironic, sincere. 1998 unimportant, 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 not significant, trivial, significant. 1999 unkempt, 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 messy in appearance, tidilessness, tidy. 2000 vivacious, 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 lively, animated, spirited, dull. Unit 41 2001 acumen, 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 keen insight, shrewdness, ignorance. 2002 beneficiary, 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 one who benefits, recipient. 2003 bureaucracy, 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 administrative system, administration. 2004 compound, 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 a mixture, mixture. 2005 duress, 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 compulsion, coercion, freedom. 2006 eccentricity, 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 odd behavior, quirk, normality. 2007 eclipse, 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 obscuring light, occultation. 2008 empathy, 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 understanding others' feelings, compassion, apathy. 2009 exposure, 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 uncovering, revelation, concealment. 2010 felon, 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 a serious criminal, convict. 2011 infusion, 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 the act of injecting, injection. 2012 optician, 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 one who fits glasses, eye specialist. 2013 pediatrician, 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 child doctor, child specialist. 2014 pterodactyl, 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 a flying reptile. 2015 quandary, 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 a dilemma, predicament. 2016 ramp, 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 a slope, incline. 2017 remnant, 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 a leftover piece, remainder, whole. 2018 residue, 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 remainder, remnant. 2019 deflect, 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 to turn aside, divert, attract. 2020 DOS, 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 to drench with liquid, soak, dry. 2021 flout, 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 to mock, disregard, defy, obey. 2022 lunge, 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 to thrust forward, thrust, pull back. 2023 mimic, 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 to imitate, imitate, original. 2024 praise, 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 to express approval, commend, criticize. 2025 propitiate, 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 to appease, placate, anger, 2026 reproach, reproach, reproach. To express disapproval, criticize, praise. 2027 speculate, speculate, speculate. To guess, theorize. No. 2028 supplicate, supplicate, supplicate. To beg, beseech. 2029 transcribe, transcribe, transcribe. To write down, record, erase. 2030 vituperate, vituperate, vituperate. To abuse verbally, berate, praise. 2031 adjacent, adjacent, adjacent. Next to, neighboring, distant. 2032 ample, ample, ample. More than enough, plentiful, scarce. 2033 apolitical, apolitical, apolitical. Not political, non-political, political. 2034 auditory, auditory, auditory. Related to hearing, oral, visual. 2035 catastrophic, catastrophic, catastrophic. Involving great disaster, disastrous, beneficial. 2036 cumbersome, cumbersome, cumbersome. Awkward to carry, bulky, manageable. 2037 deciduous, deciduous, deciduous. Shedding leaves annually, leaf shedding, evergreen. 2038 downcast, downcast, downcast. Sad, dejected, cheerful. 2039 drab, 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 dull, dreary, vibrant. 2040 gullible, 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 easily deceived, naive, skeptical. 2041 incredulous, 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 disbelieving, skeptical, believing. 2042 inherent, 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 existing as essential, innate, acquired. 2043 mendacious, 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 dishonest, lying, truthful. 2044 obdurate, 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 stubborn, unyielding, flexible. 2045 servile, 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 submissive, subservient, dominant. 2046 sumptuous, 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 luxurious, lavish, plain. 2047 therapeutic, 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 healing, curative, harmful. 2048 trite, 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 overused, banal, original. 2049 voluptuous, 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 luxuriously curved, curvaceous, flat. 2050 wry, 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 dryly humorous, ironic, straight. Unit 42 2051 boon, 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 a blessing, benefit. 2052 claustrophobia, 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 fear of confined spaces. 2053 clemency, 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 mercy, leniency, severity. 2054 coronation, 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 act of crowning, crowning. 2055 efficacy, 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 ability to produce a desired effect, effectiveness, ineffectiveness. 2056 escapism, 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 seeking distraction from reality, fantasy. 2057 forbearance, 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 patient self-control, patience, impetuosity. 2058 fugitive, 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 a runaway, escapee. 2059 gist, 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 main point, essence, detail. 2060 gruel, 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 thin porridge. 2061 panacea, 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 a cure-all, elixir. 2062, parasite, 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 an organism that lives off another, leech. 2063, quarantine, 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 isolation to prevent disease, isolation. 2064, scourge, 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 a source of great suffering, plague. 2065, sycophant, 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 one who flatters, toady, critique. 2066, transgression, 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 a sin or wrongdoing, offense. 2067, trinket, 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 a small ornament, bauble. 2068, vagrant, 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 a wanderer, nomad. 2069, virus, 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 an infectious agent, pathogen. 2070, abrogate, 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 to abolish, revoke, establish. 2071, assert, 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 to state firmly, declare, deny. 2072, atone, 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 to make amends, redeem. 2073, chastise, 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 to punish, discipline, praise. 2074, distract, 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 to divert attention, sidetrack, focus. 2075, inter, 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 to bury, entomb, exhume. 2076, loathe, 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 to hate, detest, love. 2077, pacify, 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 to calm down, soothe, agitate. 2078, perpetuate, 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 to make permanent, preserve, abolish. 2079, promulgate, 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 to proclaim, announce, withhold. 2080, purchase, 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 to buy, buy. 2081, revel, 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 to tangle or untangle, entangle, untangle. 2082, temper, 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 to soften, to moderate, mitigate, enrage. 2083, analogous, 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 comparable, similar, different. 2084, brusque, 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 abrupt, curt, polite. 2085, cantankerous, 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 bad-tempered, irritable, pleasant. 2086, churlish, 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 rude, surly, polite. 2087, critical, 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 expressing adverse judgment, crucial, unimportant. 2088, episodic, 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 occurring in episodes, sporadic, continuous. 2089, equable, 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 steady, unvarying, calm, variable. 2090, explicit, 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 fully expressed, clear, vague. 2091, glaring, 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 stunningly obvious, blatant, subtle. 2092, graduated, 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 arranged by grade, ranked. 2093, humane, 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 compassionate, kind, cruel. 2094, incessant, 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 never stopping, constant, sporadic. 2095, luxuriant, 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 lush, abundant, sparse. 2096, perverse, 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 stubbornly contrary, wayward, compliant. 2097, petulant, 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 peevish, irritable, even-tempered. 2098, rabid, 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 furiously intense, fanatical, come. 2099, ramshackle, 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 rickety, dilapidated, solid. 2100, reactionary, 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 opposed to progress, conservative, progressive.